Hi everyone, NETFQ here and welcome to another EVE Online video. First of all, I would like to apologize for not creating videos. It's been a couple months and I am really sorry about that. I've just been tied up with other stuff, so I do apologize. From now on, I'm going to start creating videos on a regular basis. At least once a week is my aim, and this time I mean it. This time I'm going to set a commitment and I'm going to do it because it's just been so long, and I do like creating videos. I do like showing you guys what I do, and yeah, I think it's just really fun. In the last couple of months I haven't stopped playing EVE. I've still played it. Yeah, all the antics that happened in Delve and the test move over to Outer Passage. Yeah, been there, done that. And one thing I would like to tell you is I don't want to do it again. It was a pain in the butt moving all my assets out of Delve over to Outer Passage. Mainly because I had just too much stuff. I had like 9 capital ships. And I foolishly moved them all, and because of the capital fuel prices, the isotopes, yeah, how the prices for them went up, yeah, it cost me a small fortune to fuel all my capitals to be able to move them all the way over to Outer Passage, and yeah, it just about bankrupted me. There was billions and billions and billions of ISK worth just flushed down the toilet, having to buy fuel for my capitals. So yeah, once burnt, twice shy. So I'm not going to do that again. So I've started the process of downsizing quite a bit. I'm wanting to sell a couple of my capital ships. I don't need them. I mean, I had 2 supers, for God's sakes. I mean, I don't need 2 supers. So I did actually sell one of them. I've still got my Hell, but I did sell my Nyx. So that's now gone. I also want to sell one of my triage carriers as well. And I also want to sell maybe 1 or 2 of the not Nidhoggurs, sorry, 1 or 2 of the dreadnoughts that I have. And also I have a Archon as well, which is a Ma standard carrier that I want to get rid of because yeah, I don't use it. It's just sitting there collecting dust. So I'd rather sell it to someone that can actually make use of it. But I still have my Titan. Again, yeah, look out for some more videos relating to how I'm currently using that. I use it for quite a lot of logistics work, so there's that as well. But anyway, let's just get to this video. So in this video, what I want to do is I want to talk to you about carrier ratting. So this is basically going to be a carrier ratting 101. It just shows you how I go about doing it and what to look out for. So I guess the things that are nice to have, you don't have to, but these are the things that I have ready just in case shit hits the fan and I need to get out quickly. It's just to try and make you as safe as possible when you're out carrier ratting. And the first thing I want to talk about is this guy right here. So this guy is my Sino alt, and he is flying a Rapier, which is a Mimitar Force Recon ship. And the reason why that is that they can fit a Sino field generator. And this guy here, he's stationed on a structure, in this case a Keepstar, in a different system than the one that I'm going to be ratting in. And the only reason he is in here is if I get unlucky and a bad guy enters the system that I'm in when I'm in warp, or not aligned properly, or something happens that is unexpected and I need to get out quick. This guy is here ready to light the Sino so I can jump to him at a moment's notice, and it's always good to have one of these guys on standby, because you never know what's going to happen. So he's there, sitting there. He makes sure, yep, that's another thing as well, make sure he's got fuel. Because the last thing you want to do is go to light the cyno and then find out that he doesn't have enough fuel to actually light the cyno. Because that would be a bad day if that ever happened. So make sure he's got fuel, which he does. So he's sitting there ready to do his thing. The next thing that I would highly recommend that you have is your Intel channels open. Either, the Intel chat room in game, or your external Intel map open, just so you can look at it, so you can see what sort of things are going down on systems around you, just to make sure that there's no bad guys heading your way, so you've got time to get safe before they even enter system. So they're the two things that I highly recommend that you have ready, just in case things happen, and allows you more time to get safe. Without further ado, what I will be doing is in this carrier, because I'm in drone lands, I'll be running drone patrol sites, which is basically the equivalent of haven sites in other regions of space, if you're familiar with them. Normally what we would do in other regions is we'd be running what they call rock havens, but I guess in drone land there's no really distinction between the different types of haven sites. I know that you can have gas havens and rock havens, and carriers normally prefer rock havens because it's easier to kill all the rats there, but with these drone patrol sites, I don't think there's that distinction. There's different types of drone patrol sites, if you like, but I guess they're as bad as each other. I mean, they're pretty easy to clear. It's not as bad as a gas haven, if you like. So from that point of view, it's fine. Now, one of the other things that I would like to touch on as well is this guy here, which is the network sensor array. Now, normally, I guess 2 years ago, if you like, whenever you went ratting in the carrier, you'd always turn that on, and that gave you the ability to lock targets up really, really quickly. The bad thing about this now is that when you turn it on, you've got 60 seconds, that's a minute, where you can't warp. You can't tether, and you can't warp. You're just going to be stuck there in space for at least 60 seconds. And that 60 seconds could be the difference between you living and you dying if bad guys enter system. So that's why I have it disabled. I mean, it's always good to have on your ship, just in case you need to do any PvP with it. You've always got that there ready to turn on if you want. But when I'm PvEing and I'm just ratting in my carrier, I always have this disabled. Just in case I accidentally click on it when I'm out ratting and I get stuck, because it's disabled, I can't do that. So that's just another extra safety tip is, either remove that before you rat or disable it before you rat. Put it offline. But anyway, without further ado, let's have a look. The other thing as well that I would highly recommend you do is rat in a system that's big, in terms of the fact that in the system that I'm ratting in, as you can see, there's 4 gates, and 2 of these gates are within 14 AU. And that means that if I was to rat anywhere near those gates within 14 AU, if a bad guy came into local, he does a quick D-scan, he's going to see that, there's a carrier out there, and it wouldn't take him long at all to narrow down what site you're actually in, and for him to walk to you and grab you. So what I like to do is when I do go out carrier ratting is I like to be at least 14 AU away from any gate, and that means that if a bad guy comes into the system and then he does a D-scan, I'm not going to show up on his D-scan. So that's like a tip that I highly recommend that you do. So as you can see, this system is quite big. and there's lots of sites that are outside of 14 AU of any gate. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and show you what I do. So first of all, I like to turn on all my hardeners here, and yeah, let's just choose one. So let's just choose this guy here. He's a road patrol site and he's 41 AU away. Before I enter warp, I'm just going to check my Intel channel just to make sure that there's no bad guys around where I am, because the last thing you want to do is have a newt or bad guy enter this local and you're still in warp to the site you want to be on. And what I do is I just warp within 50 kilometers. So let's go ahead and do that now. And here we go. We are going very, very slowly. Another pro tip, if you like, is always check the bounty risk modifier. As you can see, the system that I'm in is currently at 78.8%. That means that I'm only going to get 78.8% of the normal value of a bounty. So it's going to be slightly reduced, which is fine. 78.8% isn't bad, but what you want to do is you want to try and find systems to Ratten that have multipliers, I should say modifiers over 100%, just so you can maximize your bounty payout. But because this is just a tutorial, I'm not going to bother doing that. Right, here we go. We are in warp. We are going to this one, and as you can see, all the gates now, apart from this one here, which I'm getting to, which is bad, but again, this is going into a direction that's a dead end anyway, so I'm not going to be expecting any newts to come from this gate. So all the other gates though of interest are all over 14 AU away, so if any bad guy came into local now, they wouldn't see me on their D-scan. So from that point of view, at least I've got time to get safe. So here we go. Right, we are coming to the site now. We are landing. Wow, okay. Right into the site, and that's 50 kilometers away from the site. Right, first of all, what I do is once I land, I always align out. Take your time with this. You want to make sure that you are getting aligned out. The next thing I do is I just look for a structure somewhere in the middle. So I'm just going to take this one and I lock it up. And then I release my drones and I make sure that my drones are selected. See, if I click on my radial here, as you can see, I've got the blue circle around it. That's bad. Okay, you don't want the blue circle around your capacitor, your radial there. You want to make sure that you click on a drone and then then control and then click the others. So they're all selected, but I'm not. Okay, the next thing I do is I just basically send all the drones and they orbit the structure that I've pre-locked. And that's pretty much it. So I'm aligned out, confirmed that my carrier is aligned out. So he's ready to enter warp at a moment's notice. That's fine. My drones are where they should be. That's fine. Right, let's start locking. Obviously, there's only one drone here at the moment that spawned. So what we'll do is we'll lock him up. There we go. And we'll just send all my drones over to him. And more stuff is spawned in. So what I like to do is lock up all the small stuff. All the small stuff gets locked up. Oop. So another thing I do is send one missile into the drone once he's in his armor, just to speed it up. Right, once he's dead, I like to just orbit the structure I pre-locked again, because the thing is with this is that if your drones aren't moving, they get targeted really easily and could die. So you don't want that. Right, now that all the small stuff is locked up, let's just go ahead and put one drone on each of the small targets. And when these are just about dead is when I will set the orbit for set the orbit button so they orbit the other drones. Just because I don't want them to stop. With small stuff, on grid, you don't want your drones to stop, because that's really bad. Right, so that's pretty much done. Right, get them on these ones. There we go, boom. Right, so there's only 2 small targets left, so I don't really need to worry about clicking on the orbit button. And what I can do is I can start looking up these bigger targets now. Right, other small one done. Boom. Get my fighters moving. Sometimes I call them drones, but yeah, no. When I say drones, I mean fighters, right? So yeah. Right. So once all the small stuff is done, I then set all my fighters on the big stuff. There we go, that one's done. There we go, all my drones on the big stuff. Make sure that I'm still aligned out. Right, this guy is in armor now, so I'll send a missile into him. I just find that sending a missile into him when he's in armor gives you the most amount of damage, because that means that your fighters are in the optimal range anyway, because I've been shooting at him for quite a while. So when you do send a missile to him, that they're in the right position to make the put the most damage on the drone, or the rat, I should say. Another missile into this guy. There we go. Right. So as you can see, this guy's taking some damage. That's because he's, every time he switches target, he does stop for a while. So you get that aggression on him. But it's fine. I mean, these big guys don't really shoot small targets that much. So just as long as you don't keep him keep him motionless for any length of time, it's fine. Right, next target. Forgot to put a missile in that last one, but anyway, doesn't really matter. There we go, he's in armor, so let's put another missile into him. There we go. Right, next target. There we go, he's in armor, so let's fire a missile at him. He's done. Right, we'll start this, and as you can see, some small stuff is spawned. So what I do is I'll lock them up while I'm shooting this battleship. Right, and yeah, because there's small stuff around, as you saw, what I did is I clicked on the orbit button for the next target when the previous target was just about dead. Just so the small stuff doesn't have time to lock any of my fighters. Right, shoot the small stuff. Okay, a couple more small stuff has spawned, so we'll lock them up. Right, and then put all my fighters on one of the battleships while the small stuff is still getting locked up. Just lock up some of the other battleships here. Right, small stuff is locked up. So now we can just start shooting that. There we go. And again, I only put one fighter squadron on each small rat. There's no point putting any more than that on it. But it's just the battleships that I put all 3 fighters squadrons on them, just to help get them down quicker. Right, we've got some more small stuff that spawns, so we'll lock them up while we're killing the battleships. Right, we've got 1 locked up and 2 locked up. There we go. So we'll just target these 2 and put the 3rd drone on one of the battleships. Just always keeping an eye on intel channel just to make sure that we're still safe. Okay, he's in armor. Send a missile his way. There we go. Right. Start on the next battleship, and then again lock up the small stuff first. That's just spawned in. Wow, okay, he's quite a distance away. What I'll do is, before I start on these small stuff, which is over in this cluster here, I'll kill this other battleship that's close to the one I'm currently targeting, just because they're in the same vicinity. Just makes it easier, so the fighters don't have to travel such a long distance. And we'll do that one as well since he's closer. Right, some small stuff. Frigates have, are they frigates? I guess they're frigates. So they will need to die quickly. So we'll start locking them up. We'll kill this last battleship while the frigates are still getting locked up. Right, there we go, they're locked up. So when this guy is in hull, I'll start the orbit command to the small stuff so my drones don't stop. There we go. And we'll do that, and the third drone will go on to those other, I think they're destroyers, aren't they? They're the bigger, the bigger, smaller ships. Right. Done and done. There we go. Right, small, and I haven't locked anything up, which is bad. It's just the battleships. Oh, there's 3 smaller ones up there as well. So let's just keep my drones moving. I'll just orbit the structure that I had to start with. Right, small, and come on, another small one. Boom. Put all them together. There we go. Right, once they die, we'll start on these battleships again. Everything is locked up. Yep. There we go. Boom. Right, he is now in armor, so we'll send a missile his way. Right, next battleship. Again, wait for him to be in armor before we send a missile at him. I just send 1 missile per battleship. That's all you need. There we go. Right, next one, which is actually quite a way away, but anyway, if you want to optimize it, yeah, you'd put them in order depending on what cluster they're in, but you know, yeah, it's too complicated for me. I like things done easily, but again, if you wanted to speed things up, make sure things are as optimal as possible, you'd make sure that you're killing the battleships in the same cluster. So yeah, let's just do that. So this other one here is closer. Yeah, so we'll kill him first. There we go. And again, wait for him to be in armor, send a missile at him. There we go. Next battleship. Again, wait for him to be in armor. Check your intel channel, make sure that you're still safe. Yep, he's in armor, send a missile at him. Boom. Okay, 1 more battleship. Again, wait for him to be in armor and send a missile at him. Now when he's in hull, like now, then I set the orbit command to the structure that we had at the middle. just so you've got a chance to lock up all the rest of them. Because by the time you lock them up, your drones are still your drones will be just sitting there, and again they'll be easily targeted and killed. So just between spawns I like them to be orbiting something, so that's why I set that structure up to begin with, or lock that structure up to begin with, just so the drones are always moving. Right, anyway, so let's kill the small stuff first, one drone on each. And they're on their way. And what I do is I'll do this supreme dude. We'll kill him. Boom. And boom, again, wait for him to be in armor and then send a missile at him. Boom. Right, next one. Now, if we look at salvage, yeah, look at that. We've got an elite drone wreck and the supreme wreck as well that has some juicy stuff in. So what I will do is I will actually drop a mobile tractor unit, just so I can scoop up those, because obviously there are some modules that have dropped, and they'll be quite juicy modules. Now I don't know about this one. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to this one, because this one is 139 kilometers away. So that is probably outside of my tractor unit range. I'll kill this last guy here, and then I'll just verify that. Actually, let's send a whole bunch of missiles at him. There we go. Right, we'll call your drones and use the afterburner or the micro warp drive, because it gets to you quicker. So let's just have a look at the range of this guy here. This guy range is 125. Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to get to this wreck here, or that wreck probably. So what I'll do is I need to bookmark it. Boom, done. Right, so what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to just dock up and then get in another ship and actually go see what is in these things here. Because I think there's going to be quite some juicy stuff in there. So let's go ahead and do that. My drones are in, and of course I am aligned, so if I quickly just warp off. I'll just quickly bookmark my mobile tractor unit as well. And we'll just see what we've got there. Anyway, so that was a site. Pretty easy to do, not too difficult. The idea is just to keep your drones moving, especially when there's small frigates around. Yeah, your small frigates really do like your fighters, I should say, especially when they're not moving. They will, scram, lock, or web your fighters, which makes them easier for the battleships to pop. So you'll really want to keep them moving, especially when those frigates are there. But with the battleships, yeah, I mean, 1 second, 2 seconds that they're not moving between targets is fine. So don't worry about that. It's just when you've got the small stuff that you really want to make sure that your fighters are always moving. Right, let's just dock up quickly and just go see what sort of loot we've got, and then we'll do another site. So I really want to see what's in there, because that was 2. So that was obviously a smaller destroyer, was it, that we popped, and then you had that battleship as well. So 2 types of loot. So let's just quickly dock up. We'll get in my salvaging ship, even though I'm not going to spend time salvaging anything. I just want to have the cargo space available to scoop whatever drone stuff dropped. So let's go ahead and do that. Boom, boom, there we go. Right, we'll open this guy here. There we go. We'll undock. Come on. There we go. Right, we'll open our local bookmarks and we'll warp to that elite drone. Now that elite drone wreck, that was that destroyer, I think. So that's a smaller one of the two. So we'll see what sort of goodies that he dropped for us. And yeah, what I'll do is I'll actually salvage that wreck. I'll salvage the wrecks that drop the loot, just to see if we get any additional stuff from them, if you like, any additional salvage from them. I don't think so. I'm not sure, but I don't want to miss out on anything, you know, that's worth money, especially when it comes to salvage. So yeah, why not? Right, there is our first one. So let's just open this guy up, see what we had in there. Okay, we only had an elite drone AI, which is always good. That's, you know, 1.7 million ISK worth, so we'll have that. And what I'll do though is I will lock up his rack, and I'll just use one of my salvages just to salvage whatever there is in there, if there's anything juicy that we get. Are we going to get anything juicy? Not really. No, 1 point. No. Okay, well, it's worth a go anyway. Right, let's go over to the next one. Put my micro warp drive on. So lots of other people have jumped into the system, but again, nothing to worry about. They're all blue. So alright, 21 kilometers away. So this is the larger one. So it'll be interesting to see what we get out of this guy, because I know that they can pretty much drop anything, including faction modules as well, the green type. So you never know, may get lucky. Let's open it up, see what we've got. Okay, 10.9 million worth of stuff, so just drone components here to make your faction drones and elite drones, etc. And of course another elite drone AI, which is again with 1.7 million. So yeah, pretty good. That's not bad. We'll scoop them up, and again what I'll do is I'll just lock it up and just salvage it. We'll just stagger these just in case one doesn't work. I'm not going to wait for another cycle before it the attempt is made again. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. So they do, those elite battleships, yeah, they do drop blue stuff. So that's awesome. So that's what, 5.9 million worth of salvage, blue salvage from just that one ship. Awesome. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty good. Right, so I'm going to leave my tractor unit there just to scoop whatever it can, and I'll come back later and salvage the rest. But again, it's just going to be all the standard salvage anyway. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I will just remove that bookmark and just only have my mobile tractor unit bookmarked. There we go. And we'll go back to the station, checking intel. Still no bad guys around, which is great. Still nothing of concern in local, which is great. So what we'll do is, I'll turn on my micro warp drive off. Oh, there we go, already in warp. So what we'll do is we'll get back into our carrier, and yeah, we'll just do one more site, just to see if there's anything different that pops up. And then we'll take it from there, I guess. So again, it's just these drone patrol sites that we'll be doing. Right, just about home. Yeah, because normally what I would do is as soon as I land, if I was going to salvage the site, let's put it that way, as soon as I land, I'd always drop a mobile tractor unit. But obviously I wasn't planning to salvage that site, hence why when I dropped it, I was already 130, 140 kilometers away, which is not ideal, especially when these tractor units only go up to 125. So again, I wasn't planning to salvage the site. It just so happened that some wrecks had loot in them that I really wanted. So but anyway, it's up to you if you want to salvage or not. Again, the majority of the drone rats don't drop any loot in them anyway. It's only the elite ones, but again, they're like few and far between. I'm not expecting to have that all the time. It's probably 1 in 5 sites or 1 in 10 sites that happens. So it's not very frequent at all. Right, let's go out and do another one. So we'll do this one. It's 24 AU away. Checking intel, nothing there. Checking local, nothing there. So let's go ahead and warp to 50. Turn my hardeners on. There we go. Oh, by the way, if I haven't mentioned this previously, I am using Templar Tech 2s. You can use Tech 1s, it doesn't really matter, just that I had Tech 2s on hand, so that's what I'm using. These sirens here, these Tech 1 sirens, I'm not using. They're in there for PvP. I do not use them for PvE. They just happen to be in the fighter bay, but again, I don't use them. You only really want to use Templar 2s because they're the ones that do the EM damage, and the drones don't like EM. They're weak to EM. Their resistances are weak, so hence why we use EM damage towards them. Right, so we are in warp. Checking intel, nothing there. Checking local, just a quark mate has come in, so that's fine. Alright, another quark mate's come in, so we'll just highlight him as well. Alright, so this is an ideal place to be in. As you can see, all the gates are more than 14 AU away, which is what we want. It just is another layer of protection that we have. That is, if any bad guy comes into system straight away, again, we're not gonna show up on D-scan. Right, here we go. We have come to a site. Again, this is a slightly different site. I guess you could say this is one of the gas sites, but yeah. So again, first of all, what I do is I highlight where I want to warp to if things go wrong, and I align to it. So again, just aligning back to the structure that we came from, making sure it says aligning to the right place. Right, then we lock up the structure in the middle, just so we have something that we can send our drones to. Alright, release the drones. You can get them to move. Make sure that the drones are highlighted and not your radial here. Make sure only the drones are highlighted, and then send them to your pre-lock structure. Again, lock up all the bad guys, all the small stuff first, and then lock up all the battleships. Make sure that you're still aligning out. Very important. Make sure no bad guys are in local. No. Right, and what we can do is, while all the small stuff is still getting locked up, we can just start on the battleships, just to speed up the whole site. Again, we don't have our NSA on, so locking up small stuff does take time. So it's always good just to get the battleships down while you're waiting for the small stuff to be locked up. Right, again, when the battleship's about to die, I press the orbit button to the small stuff, just so that small stuff doesn't start locking up my drones when they're idle doing nothing. Here we go. Press the orbit button again so they don't stop moving. And we'll put all of them on that last one. Why not? Most people came into local. It's all friendly, so that's fine. Right, start working on these battleships. Again, all three on the battleships. And when they're in armor, boom, fire a missile into them. There we go. Right, next battleship. Lock it all up. And again, when he's in armor, fire a missile into him. Right, last battleship in this wave anyway. Right, lock him, start firing at him. And again, when he's in armor, let's fire a missile into him. Right, pre-lock or pre-select your object in the middle there, and press the orbit button so your fighters do not stop moving. There we go, and we'll lock up all of these stuff. This stuff, I should say. These stuff. What's that? That's bad English. Alright, lock up all this stuff. Again, as soon as a battleship gets locked up, just start shooting at it while you're waiting for all the small stuff to finish getting locked up. There we go, it's finished getting locked up now, but we may as well get one of these battleships down. Again, when it's in armor, fire a missile, pre-select one of the small stuff. He's in hull, press the orbit button. There we go, so your fighters do not stop moving. There we go. Now we can just take our sweet time looking up these small frigates, and they died pretty quickly. Awesome. Right, let's get to work on the remaining battleships then. There we go. Right. Again, always keep your eye on intel. Make sure there's nothing coming your way. And again, make sure local is clear as well. Always got to keep your eye on that. Right, is in armor, send a missile. There we go. Alright, last battleship in this wave. Alright, he's in armor, send a missile his way. Pre-select your structure that you're going to orbit. He's now in hull, so press the orbit button. There we go. And your fighters don't stop moving. There we go. So now we've got time to lock up the next wave. So we've got the frigates, and then we've got these destroyers, I think they are. So we'll lock all them up. And we'll kill them first, and we'll actually just lock up a battleship as well. Okay, so all the stuff got locked first, so that's fine. Right, wait for all of these guys to just about die, and then we'll press the orbit button on the next target in the sequence. Oh, actually, here we go. Okay, he is dying. He just took a while for the fighter to get there, I think. There we go. Brilliant. Boom, boom, boom. Right, now we'll start on these destroyers. And we'll start on that battleship there. There we go. Okay. Wait for him to be in armor, then send a missile his way. Oh, one of my fighters isn't doing anything. Fine, we'll send him to the next one. There we go. Again, wait for him to be in armor, and then send a missile his way. Alright, the next one. And again, for him to be in armor, and then send in a nice package like what is it, Wingspan TT. Although they use torpedoes, isn't it? Torpedo delivery service, but these are missiles, so slightly different. Right, he's in armor, send him a missile. Right, when he's in hull, press the orbit button of the structure in the middle. There we go. And then we'll start looking up the next wave. Yeah, when your drones aren't doing anything, always make sure that they're moving. Otherwise they can easily be targeted. Alright, we'll send one drone to each of those destroyers, just to get them down. Are they destroyers or are they frigates? No, not frigates. What's the other thing? Cruisers. I don't know. Where is it? Look at. No, not look at. I don't want look at. I want info. What are they? Oh, the cruisers. Yeah, sorry, they're not frigates. Sorry, they're not destroyers. They're cruisers. Yeah. Funny looking cruiser though. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. So wherever I said destroyers, I meant cruisers. So anyway, right. So all those cruisers are down. And again, this battleship is in armor, so we'll send a missile into them. Alright, the next one, next wave. Oh, sorry, no, not the next wave, sorry, the next battleship. Again, he's in armor, send a missile to him, making sure that the intel channels are clear, making sure that local is fine. Always just make sure that everything is fine and no bad things are coming your way. And everything is locked up. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're back at it. Wow, this Eve just froze there for a second. That wasn't good. Alright, he's in armor. Send a missile to him. He's now in hull, so click the orbit button. There we go. Alright, lock up the small stuff. There we go. Ooh. And there we go. So we'll kill these cruisers first. And then we'll kill all these frigates after the cruisers. There we go. 1, 2. Wait for the last cruiser to die. There we go. So we'll get the last fighter on the last set of those frigates, and then we'll start looking up these battleships. There we go. So we'll start killing this first battleship here. There we go. Again, wait for it to be in armor, then send a missile its way. Alright. Next battleship. And again, wait for it to be in armor. Send a missile. Right. Next battleship. I don't know. I mean, this is just how I do it. I haven't tried actually splitting the fighters out, like one fighter squadron on each battleship. I just find that I clear it quicker if all 3 squadrons are on the same battleship. I don't know, but let me know how you do it. I mean, I haven't really tried the other way, so I don't know if it's going to be any quicker or not. But yeah, these battleships are pretty tanky, so that's why I put all 3 fighter squadrons on them. Right, Right, get ready to orbit the structure again when he's in hull. There we go, he's in hull, so we'll press orbit. Oh, look at that. And we got an escalation. That's pretty awesome. Wasn't expecting that. Let's have a look. What sort of escalation is it? So we go to the agency, and what is it? Is it encounters? I forget. It's been so long. No, it's in the other one. Exploration. There we go. Escalations. Okay, so I got an escalation. And it's 9 jumps away. But it doesn't tell you. It just says difficulty level 5. But I think, according to the Wikipedia page, is they actually escalate to 9 out of 10. So this is a 9 out of 10 escalation. So it'll be interesting to try that. I may do that in another video. Again, I've got 23 hours to think about how I'm going to do it. But that's pretty cool. Okay, it's the first escalation that I actually got. So that's pretty awesome. Right, what we'll do is we'll recall the drones, get them back, put the micro warp drives on so they get back to us quicker. We'll just check the wrecks just to make sure that we didn't get any loot that dropped. No, as you can see, there's no loot in any of these wrecks, so that's fine. We'll just ignore it. Now, the other thing I would say when you are doing these sites and you've finished a site, always choose a site that's closer to you. Alright, don't choose a site that's 40 AU away or 50 AU away or anything like that. You want to try and rat in combat sites that are close together. It's just going to speed up the whole process, and it just means that you're not going to be in warp for any length of time. So we'll go ahead and just do one more, I guess, because we've been pretty lucky. Yeah, the first site that we did, we got those drops of the elite AI modules, and yeah, some other drone modules, and yeah, this site here we've got an escalation, so we're doing pretty good now. So that's a horde site. We don't really want to do, we could do a horde site, but again, it's the same process. You know, you just select the structure, you know, warp to 50 and then just align out and just blat all the small stuff first. But what we can do is we can do this one. This is 2 AU away, and again it's a drone patrol, so we'll do that. So before I enter warp, I just check the intel channel and I check my local. Everything seems to be fine, so I'm just going to go ahead and warp. Now, one of the things that you could do to save time, especially when the last couple of drones are about to die, is you can always start aligning then. It just means that once the site is down, you're already aligned and you can warp to the next site pretty quickly. But again, I think it's just safety reasons. I don't align until the site is actually finished, because the last thing you want to do is start aligning away from your safe zone or your safe structure, and then suddenly a bad guy comes into system and you're not aligned. Yeah, it's just at this stage, you know, especially the area that we're in, I just don't want to take that risk at the moment. So I always side on the align on the side of caution, and make sure that everything is fine before I start warping anywhere. And yeah, it's always good just to keep that aligned to your safe structure. Just make sure that you have that up, or you know, that the fact that you're aligned as much as possible for as long as possible. Right, so it's not one of those gas ones anymore, it's one of these other ones. I guess you could say this is a equivalent to a rock haven, because I guess there's a rock in the middle there. I'm not sure, I really don't know. Anyway, first thing we do is align out when we get out of warp. There we go. And we make sure it's saying it's aligning, and then yeah, lock up that middle structure there, just so we've got something to send our drones to. Right, we can launch the drones and again get them to be on their way over there. But again, we've got a battleship already spawned in here, so we'll lock him up and we'll start blatting him make sure that we're still aligned, which we are. Intel still fine, local still fine, so that's all good. There we go. Right, let's just start killing him. Right, and as soon as we put any damage on him, you've got the rest of the stuff that's spawned in. So again, lock up all these frigates because they need to die first. And put a missile into this battleship. Again, once he's in hull, we're gonna orbit the middle structure just because nothing else is locked up at the moment. There we go, orbit the middle structure just to keep our drones moving, or fighters moving I should say. We'll lock up a battleship as well. Right, so now we've got all these frigates that have been locked up, so we'll go ahead and start blatting them. Blue's just come into system, that's fine. Again, because there's so many frigates in here which are spawned in, what I'll do is I'll wait for some of these frigates that are getting shot at the moment. I'll wait for them to get down into hull, and then I'll orbit the next set of frigates. There we go. So I press the orbit button just so my drones don't stop, because yeah, we don't want the drones to stop. Right, and we'll kill this set of frigates. And we'll start looking up the battleships. Alright, that one's down. So last frigate will kill. And then we'll put the other fighters on the next battleship. There we go. Well, that frigate was bad. Did you see how it had scrammed me and whipped me? Nasty things. But anyway, that's fine. Right, now we've just got the battleships, and we just wait for the next spawn, or the next wave I should say, to spawn. And then once that's done, again repeat the process. Just lock up the small stuff. And whenever they're finished locking, that's when you go ahead and start flapping them down. There we go. So we've got some small stuff that's just spawned in, so we'll lock up the small stuff while we're killing the next battleship in the list. There we go. It's now in armor, so we'll send a missile its way. And we'll orbit the next battleship because there we go. The frigates hadn't finished locking up, but now they have, so we can send our fighters over there now and kill them. There we go. We'll just work on the next battleship in the list, and we'll just lock up all the rest of these battleships. Send a missile to them. There we go. Right. Start shooting the next battleship. Keeping an eye on intel and local. Nothing untoward's happening, so that's good. Right, next one is about to die. There we go. Right, lock up. Well, not lock up I should say. Start shooting the next battleship, and then again some small stuff is spawned in, so we'll start locking that up. Right, kill this battleship. Press orbit when he's in hull, because we've got small stuff on grid. We don't want our drones to get shot at by the small stuff. So again, it's always best to press orbit. Right, next battleship. Hopefully before this battleship dies, the small stuff will be locked up. Oh, some more stuff is spawned in. Right, now we can start work on the small stuff. And again, wait for the other small stuff to spawn, to get locked up. These are destroyers, right? Okay, the ones that have the mark at the bottom are destroyers, right? Okay. Frigates and destroyers, right? So that's done. That's done. Right. Send the fighters to the destroyers. Get them down. Still got one of our fighter squadrons on a destroyer. Oh, sorry, not a destroyer. battleship, which is making some really good work of that battleship actually, so that's pretty impressive. I'll let him continue that and we'll send the other two to the next battleship. Boom, nice one. Right, there we go, all on the same battleship now. Wait for him to be in armor, send a missile at him. And what we'll do is we'll be sensible about this and just get the battleships that are closer together. Right, two cruisers here. Are these cruisers? These are cruisers. No, they're battle cruisers. Okay, just lock up the two battle cruisers here. Ooh, send a missile to him even though he's in hull. Right. So we'll kill the two battle cruisers next. Send a missile to this guy. Done. Right. Battle cruisers. Kill them. And then we'll send a drone over here. Right. So these are cruisers. Yep, they're cruisers. Right. So not a very optimized way of doing things, but right, we'll kill this battleship and then we'll kill this battleship because it's closer as well, and then we'll kill the cruisers. Oh, didn't fire a missile at them, did I? No, I did. Yeah, okay. Right, this battleship, then we'll kill the cruisers since they're all the way down here in this cluster. Right, there we go. Right, kill these cruisers. Right, we've got some frigates here, so we'll lock them up. And we'll send this guy over here to that battleship. So we'll kill this battleship while those frigates have been locked up. Okay, there they are. Right, one fighter on each one. Right, we'll lock up everything else. Right, wait for these frigates to die. There we go. We'll start work on the battleships. There we go. Last frigate's dead. Right. We'll just wait for him to be in armor and then fire a missile at him. There we go. Next battleship. There we go, he's in armor, fire a missile at him. Right, next battleship. Oh, okay. Not very optimized there, but I'm so used to doing havens where they're all sort of clumped together and you don't have to worry about them being spread out like that. But yeah, it's just one of those things I guess I have to get used to now. Just making sure that I'm optimizing where I send my drones, but it's alright. It doesn't add that much delay to the site, I guess. Alright, that one's dead. Next one. Alright, kill that one. Alright, next one in the wave. He's in armor, send him a missile. Alright, last one. He's an armor, send him a missile. Boom, and that's it. That site is now done. So let's have a look at the salvage. Yep, we did get an elite drone, so we'll bookmark that. There we go, we've bookmarked that elite drone. That has some juicy stuff in there for us. Nothing else has loot in it, so that's it. So what I'll do is I will walk back to the station. I'll get out my salvager again, and yeah, we'll see what's in that elite drone wreck. Because yeah, before we got what, 10 million worth of loot, and also too, when we salvaged it, we got all that blue salvage. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of stuff we get this time. So I'll quickly do that, and then I guess I'll end the video. So we did 3 sites, and yeah, we didn't lose any drones. Sure, some of our drones got into yellow health, but yeah, they never went into orange or red. So pretty safe, really. So we'll just walk back, and then yeah, we'll see what sort of loot we got. And then yeah, we've still got that escalation as well, don't we? That I've got to figure out how to do. I'm not sure. I actually don't know. I don't know if it's a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. According to the wiki page, the EVE University wiki page, drone patrols generate 9 out of 10 escalations. So I'm not sure. I've never done a 9 out of 10 before. I've done lots of 6 out of 10s and lots of 10 out of 10s, but I've never done a 9 out of 10. So I'll have to figure out how to do that. But anyway, let's stock up. Let's get our salvager out, and we'll see what's in that elite drone wreck. Ships. My Noctis here. There we go. Right, undock. Right, press L to get up our local bookmarks, and we'll warp to the elite drone wreck. Elite drone parasite wreck. Checking local. No bad guys in local. That's good. Come on, just about in warp. Just about. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Right, how far are we? There we go. We're getting there. And we have arrived. Alright, go to our salvaging tab so we can see it. Alright, let's open it up. Oh, what? Just one of them. Oh, that's pretty disappointing. Oh well, okay. Well, that's better than nothing, I guess. So what we'll do is we'll scoop that up. We'll lock the wreck up, and we'll salvage it to see what we get. So again, I like to stagger these just in case one fails to salvage it. The next one's right around the corner. That hopefully will finish the job. Oh, there we go. We got it. So cool. Right, what did we get in total then? Oh, I'm not sure. There we go. We got 20.8 million ISK worth of loot in just those 3 sites. So that's pretty awesome. That's better than a kick in the teeth anyway. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And yes, giveaways. Now, what you'll be seeing on the screen at the moment will be a list of people that have won some ship skins from my last video. So remember in my last video I said 1 out of every 3 people will win a skin. Just comment in the video with the skin that you'd like and your in-game name. And so what you see at the moment are the winners from the last giveaway. So congratulations, you have won. I will be contracting the skins that you've won to your in-game name probably within the next 24 hours. So yeah, good luck with that. If you've, well, not good luck with that. If you've won, expect to see a in-game contract coming your way. Now, the next giveaway, again, I'll do exactly the same thing. Every 3rd comment, or the 1 and 3 comments left. I can't speak today. Sorry about that. Every 1 out of 3 comments that are left in this video will win a skin. What I'll do is I will quickly just load up my GT character that has all the juicy skins that people can win. And let me just get him up. Which one is he? I am not sure. Not that one. Not him. No. I'm still trying to work out this OBS. I used to use XSplit to create videos before, but now I'm using OBS, and yeah, still trying to work out the kinks in it. There we go. There's my GT character. So if we open up his inventory, we will see a whole bunch of things in the giveaway folder. So these are the skins that I still have to give away. We have the Abaddon skin, which I think is a new one from last time, and that looks like a really cool skin. So we've got the Abaddon skin. We have the Mauler skin. There we go, the Mauler skin that you can win. What else do we have? We have the Megathron skin. So that's what the Megathron skin looks like. Pretty awesome. I love the underneath of it, all that gold there. That's pretty awesome. So we've got that guy there. What else do we have? We still have quite a few Procurer skins as well to give away. So there's a Procurer skin that looks really cool actually, with the light shining on it. Really nice skin. So we've got that one. What else do we have? We have Raven skins. So that's what the Raven skin looks like. Again, really cool with the black there and the gold highlights. That looks really cool. Right, what else do we have? We have, again from the last video, we have the Rupture skins. If you want to win that, there we go. That's what it looks like. Right, what else do we have? Last but not least, we still have some Vexor skins. There you go, that's what the Vexor skin looks like. So, for your chance to win one of any of those, all you've got to do is nothing complicated. You just have to comment on this video and just comment with your in-game name that you'd like the skin to be contracted to, and again which of those skins that you want. And I will be selecting 1 out of every 3 comments, and they will win the skin of their choice. So go ahead, leave a comment, and yeah, again, if you haven't done it before, I would really appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up, or if you didn't like this video, give it a thumbs down. And also too, yeah, please comment if there's a better way to do carrier ratting. If there's something that I forgot to mention, please let me know. I'm really open to suggestions about how I can improve my carrier ratting. If there's something that, yeah, you think that I should have done better, then yeah, please let me know. I would really appreciate that as well. Anyway, if you haven't already, like and subscribe would really help me out as well. So until the next time, fly safe and bye for now.